Hello, Dr. Joe here of the drjoe.com and the 2020from.com. So what have I got in my hands here? Well, on my right hand I've got vitamin E supplement, and on my left hand I've got vitamin A supplement. Now the question we are going to be answering in this very video is, should you use either the vitamin E supplement or the vitamin A supplement? Should you use them at all? And the straight answer, the emphatic answer to that very question is no, you shouldn't. So why do I say that? Well, because the science that I'm about to share with you says so. And I will encourage you to watch this entire video, because what I'm about to share with you is science that you cannot really afford to ignore. It's going to drive the point home as to whether you should continue using vitamin E supplement or the vitamin A supplement. So what I'm about to share with you is vitally important, and without further ado, let's dive straight in.
So we look at study number 1, and in this study the objective was to use beta carotene, which is the precursor of vitamin A and vitamin A itself, for the primary prevention of lung cancer. So let's look at the study design. Well, it was a randomized control trial, double-blind placebo-controlled trial. What that means is neither the study authors nor the study participants knew what they were taking, whether they were taking the supplement, the actual supplement, or taking just a sugar pill, placebo. None of them knew. And if you're going to find out if a pill or a supplement will prevent lung cancer, then you have to run the study on people who are at high risk of developing lung cancers. So the study authors recruited 18,314 smokers, former smokers, asbestos exposed individuals, and then of course gave them beta carotene, which is the precursor of vitamin A because it gets eventually converted to vitamin A, and retinol, which is the actual vitamin A, or gave them a sugar pill, a placebo. And the primary endpoint of the study, the outcome measure, being looking for the incidence of lung cancer in the group taking the beta carotene and the vitamin A versus the incidence of lung cancer in the placebo group. So what were their results? Now, after 4 years mean follow-up, here's what they found. Those taking the supplements, i.e. those taking the vitamin A and the beta carotene supplements, they had a 28% higher risk of developing lung cancer. They also had a 46% higher risk of dying from lung cancer. So a higher risk of developing lung cancer as well as a higher risk of dying from lung cancer, compared to those taking the placebo, by the way, okay? Compared to those taking the placebo. They also found that those taking the supplements, the vitamin A and the beta carotene supplements, had a 26% higher risk of dying from cardiovascular events compared to those taking placebo. So not only do they have a higher risk of developing lung cancer, higher risk of dying from lung cancer, they also had a higher risk of dying from cardiovascular events. Interesting. What happened next? Well, the trial authors had seen enough. Because from their point of view, the study was becoming unethical as there were more deaths happening in the supplemented group. So they had to stop the trial 21 months early. Okay, and that was the end of the study, stopping the trial 21 months earlier than planned. And here's the study. It was published in the New England Journal of Medicine with the title "Effects of a Combination of Beta Carotene and Vitamin A on Lung Cancer and Cardiovascular Disease."
So that's reason number 1. Let's look at reason number 2.
So here's study number 2, and in this study it was using beta carotene and vitamin E for prevention of a second heart attack. So beta carotene gets converted to vitamin A. So that was the objective of the study, to use vitamin A and vitamin E to prevent a second heart attack. So what was the study design? Also a randomized control trial, double-blind, placebo-controlled, and of course they had to recruit high-risk group, 1,862 smokers who had one heart attack, and they gave them beta carotene, vitamin A, and vitamin E or the sugar pill placebo. And the primary endpoint was to look for the incidence of heart attack in the supplemental group, in those taking the beta carotene and the vitamin E, versus the incidence of heart attack in the group taking the sugar pill. So, results after 5.3 years follow-up, what happened? There were 330 heart attacks in the supplemental group versus 94 heart attacks in the placebo group. So that's more than 3 times the number of heart attacks in the placebo group. And also there were 195 deaths from heart attacks in the group taking the supplements versus 39 in the placebo group. And the study authors concluded that the risk of fatal coronary heart disease increased in those taking the vitamin A and the vitamin E supplements. It was clear there, very, very clear. And this is the study. It was published in Lancet Journal with the title Randomized Trial of Alpha Tocopherol, which is the vitamin E, and beta carotene, which is vitamin A, supplements on the incidence of major coronary events in men with previous myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack.
And now, reason number 3.
So in study number 3, we're going to be looking at a Cochrane review of studies using vitamin E and vitamin A supplements for the prevention of gastrointestinal cancers. So by gastrointestinal cancers, I'm referring to cancers of the esophagus, the stomach, the liver, the pancreas, the colon, and the rectum. And something you should know about Cochrane reviews is that these folks, they are independent. They have no bone to grind with anybody. They got no bias at all. All they want to do is look at the randomized control trials and provide us with recommendations based on their independent review. So this is an important point to note when it comes to Cochrane reviews. And in this one that was published in the Lancet with the title Antioxidant Supplements for Prevention of Gastrointestinal Cancers, a Systematic Review and Meta-Analysis, they looked at 14 randomized control trials, and their conclusion was that vitamin A and vitamin E supplements significantly increased mortality from cancers of the esophagus, the stomach, the colon, the rectum, the pancreas, and the liver. This was their recommendation based on the findings. And what this is telling us is that vitamin A and vitamin E supplements really do increase your risk of dying from the cancers of the gastrointestinal tract. And it's something that we have to be mindful of.
And to consolidate everything that I've just said, let's look at a recommendation from a body that should command your respect.
So we have a quick look at the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force. These are guys who make recommendations based on the review of different studies, and they have to come up with something. So this is a final recommendation statement, and it's titled Vitamin, Mineral, and Multivitamin Supplementation to Prevent Cardiovascular Disease and Cancer Preventive Medication. And as you can tell here, it's pretty recent. And we'll skip to the recommendation. And what they have said here, the population in question is community-dwelling, non-pregnant adults. And the recommendation of the U.S. Preventive Services Task Force is that they recommend against the use of beta-carotene, which is vitamin A, or vitamin E supplements for the prevention of cardiovascular disease or cancer, and is a grade D recommendation. What that means is that there is a moderate or high certainty that the service has no net benefit, or that the harm outweighs the benefits. Okay, that's a grade D recommendation. So yeah, something for you to note, and very, very important.
So what is clear from this presentation is that vitamin E supplements and vitamin A supplements, they pose a serious danger to your health, and they do not belong anywhere in your lifestyle. In fact, there is another scientific paper where the users of vitamin E supplements increase their risk of developing prostate cancer. So we got lots of scientific papers supporting the view that these two supplements, they're dangerous to your health, and they do not belong to your lifestyle. And by the way, it's got nothing to do with the brands I have in my hands here. This applies to all vitamin A and vitamin E supplements. All brands are affected. You do not need them, and you should trash them straight away. So you may ask the question, but of course we need vitamin A and we need vitamin E. What should we do? Well, of course, what you need to do is get your vitamin E and your vitamin A from your diet. I'm going to do a separate video where I'm going to be talking about the best sources of getting vitamin E and vitamin A. So just a quick plug before we round up the video. My book is here. My book is titled Fix Your High Blood Pressure in 90 Days or Less. The book is available on Amazon. Obviously, if you've got high blood pressure, this book, you're going to get a lot of benefit from reading it and implementing what's in here. Even if you don't have high blood pressure, you should still get the book, because if you implement the stuff that I talk about in here, you are going to prevent high blood pressure. So the book is for everyone. I'm going to leave links to get the book right below in the very first comment below this video. So hopefully you got some value from this very video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up, please like the video, and also please share this video with your friends, with your family, with your colleagues. And if you've got any comments, any questions regarding the content of this video presentation, go ahead, leave your comments or questions down below. I think that's about it. Until next time, well, this is Dr. Joe signing out.